Hello Kakuchopurei players, my name's Lickety, and in what's becoming a tradition as predictable as rain in my homeland of England,
Tuesday,
Warner Brothers has once again picked up the corporate axe and swung it with gusto. This time the casualties on the chopping block are Player First Games, Warner Brothers Games San Diego, and the subject of today's video, Monolith Productions. For those who aren't aware, Monolith Productions were the rather clever bunch behind the Middle-earth series and F.E.A.R, and they were cooking up a single-player open-world action adventure featuring everyone's favourite Amazonian warrior. It was meant to have an original story set in the DC universe and, more importantly, bring back the Nemesis system. That glorious feature that made orcs hold personal grudges like jilted lovers. But despite spending over $100 million and rebooting development in early 2024, Warner Brothers decided that was the right time to pull the plug. And just like that, the much anticipated Wonder Woman game has been sent to the big gaming graveyard in the sky, right next to Scalebound, Star Wars 1313, and more recently Football Manager 25. The official reason for these closures? A quote-unquote strategic shift. A phrase that in corporate speak usually translates to, we think we can make more money elsewhere. And where is that elsewhere? You guessed it, Harry Potter, Mortal Kombat, DC, but only the bits they like, and Game of Thrones. So as we bid farewell to Monolith, it's only fitting to look back at some of their greatest hits, because, let's be honest, Monolith Productions has been a beacon of innovation and creativity in the gaming industry, delivering titles that not only entertained, but also left a lasting impact on players and the industry. Blood. In the mid-90s, the FPS genre was dominated by Doom clones, each trying to replicate the success of ID Software's groundbreaking title. Amidst this sea of sameness, Blood emerged as a darkly humorous and gory alternative. Players stepped into the boots of Caleb, an undead gunslinger on a quest for revenge against the dark god Chernobog. What set Blood apart was its unapologetic embrace of horror and satire. The game was drenched in references to classic horror films, and its levels were designed with a macabre sense of humor. Weapons ranged from flare guns to voodoo dolls, offering a diverse arsenal that encouraged creative gameplay. The game's challenging difficulty and memorable one-liners contributed to its cult classic status, influencing future horror-themed shooters. No One Lives Forever. At a time when the gaming landscape was filled with serious testosterone-driven protagonists, Monolith introduced Kate Archer, a Scottish ex-thief turned super spy. Set in the vibrant 1960s, No One Lives Forever combined espionage, humor, and stylish action. The game's standout feature was its witty writing and character development. Kate Archer was a refreshing departure from the typical male lead, bringing charm, intelligence, and a sharp tongue to the role. The game also tackled themes of sexism and professional rivalry with a light-hearted touch, making poignant observations without sacrificing entertainment. Its innovative gadgets like lipstick grenades and robotic poodles added a unique flavor to the gameplay, influencing future spy-themed games to incorporate humor and style. No One Lives Forever 2: A Spy in Harm's Way. Building upon its predecessor, No One Lives Forever 2 refined and expanded on the original's mechanics. The sequel delved deeper into Kate's backstory, exploring her motivations and vulnerabilities. The game's AI was notably advanced for its time, with enemies reacting to players' actions dynamically. This led to unpredictable encounters, requiring players to adapt their strategies continually. The humor remained sharp, with satirical takes on Cold War politics and spy cliches. Despite critical acclaim, legal complexities have prevented re-releases, but its influence persists in modern stealth and espionage games. Alien vs Predator 2. Tackling the beloved Alien and Predator franchises, Monolith delivered a game that allowed players to experience the horror and thrill from multiple perspectives: Marine, Alien, and Predator. Each campaign offered distinct experiences. As a Marine, players faced intense survival horror scenarios, relying on motion trackers and limited ammunition. The Alien campaign provided a visceral experience, emphasizing stealth and agility, while the Predator campaign focused on advanced weaponry and hunting tactics. This multifaceted approach showcased Monolith's ability to handle complex narratives and gameplay styles, setting a precedent for future games offering multiple character perspectives. F.E.A.R. First Encounter Assault Recon, more commonly abbreviated to just F.E.A.R, masterfully blended intense FPS action with psychological horror. Players assumed the role of a Special Forces operative with superhuman reflexes, investigating paranormal phenomena linked to a mysterious little girl named Alma. The game's AI was groundbreaking to say the least, with enemies coordinating tactics, taking cover, and reacting intelligently to players' actions. This led to dynamic and challenging combat scenarios. The horror elements inspired by Japanese cinema created a pervasive sense of dread, with Alma's appearance being both terrifying and enigmatic. F.E.A.R. influenced subsequent horror shooters by demonstrating how to balance action and suspense effectively. Condemned Criminal Origins. Diverging from traditional horror games, Condemned Criminal Origins placed players in the shoes of Ethan Thomas, an FBI agent investigating serial killings in a city plagued by crime and decay. The game emphasized melee combat, with players using improvised weapons found in the environment, such as pipes and planks. This close quarters combat heightened the sense of vulnerability and tension. The forensic investigation mechanics required players to analyze crime scenes, adding depth to the narrative and gameplay. Its gritty atmosphere and focus on psychological horror have influenced titles like Outlast and Resident Evil 7. Condemned 2 Bloodshot. The sequel continued Ethan Thomas's descent into darkness, exploring themes of alcoholism, mental instability, and societal collapse. Condemned 2 expanded combat options, introducing a more complex melee system and forensic tools. The game's narrative delved into conspiracies and supernatural elements, challenging players' perceptions of reality. Its unflinching portrayal of a protagonist grappling with inner demons added a layer of depth uncommon in the genre, paving the way for more character-driven horror experiences. Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor. Venturing into J.R.R. Tolkien's legendary universe, Monolith introduced Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor, an open-world action game that captivated players with its dynamic nemesis system. Players controlled Talion, a ranger fused with the Wraith of Celebrimbor, on a quest for vengeance against Sauron's forces. The nemesis system generated personalized enemies who would remember past encounters, leading to unique rivalries and storytelling experiences. This innovation added depth and replayability, influencing other games to incorporate dynamic character interactions. The game's fluid combat and rich lore integration set a new standard for licensed properties. Middle-earth: Shadow of War. Building upon the foundation of Shadow of Mordor, Shadow of War expanded the immersive experience with Tolkien's universe. The game introduced fortress assaults, allowing players to lead armies in large-scale sieges, adding a strategic layer to the action-adventure formula. These assaults were praised for staging grand battles, offering a palpable sense of driving enemy forces back to their keeps. The enhanced nemesis system further deepened gameplay, creating intricate personal rivalries and alliances that evolved based on the player's interactions. This system was lauded for adding depth, scale, and complexity, making each playthrough unique. Despite some criticisms regarding repetitive missions and the initial inclusion of microtransactions, the game's engaging combat and rich storytelling solidified its place as a noteworthy sequel. And now, after all these years of pushing the boundaries of game design, Monolith Productions has unceremoniously been shut down. It's a move as baffling as buying a sports car just to use it to deliver groceries. These games weren't just great, they were daring, inventive, and often hilarious. Warner Brothers may see this as a strategic move, but gamers will see it for what it is. Another tragic loss in an industry that increasingly values safe bets over genuine innovation. So, farewell Monolith. You deserve better. And that's all for now. We're planning on making more feature type videos like this, so if you have any suggestions then be sure to leave them down in the comment section below. If you did enjoy this video then be sure to like, subscribe if you want to see more content just like this, and obviously ding on that notification bell to be notified when we upload next, because we upload videos every single week. Thank you all ever so much for watching. My name has been Lickety from Kakuchopurei, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Ciao for now.